Alright everyone, welcome back to another review, and this time we're going to be covering the Hellraiser movies, kicking it off with Hellraiser #1, written and directed by Clive Barker, starring Andrew Robinson, Ashley Lawrence, Claire Higgins, and Doug Bradley as Pinhead, the man himself. This film is written and directed by Clive Barker, and let's talk about it real quick. I like Hellraiser. I think Hellraiser is some creepy, fucked up shit. This movie is heavily inspired by the acts of BDSM, pleasure and pain and stuff like that. I like the production value of this movie. I'm a big fan of practical effects in horror films, and this movie's got some damn good practical effects. The makeup designs of the Cenobites are awesome. The female Cenobite, she has a cool look where like her throat's split open. You got the Butterball Cenobite, who's like this big pudgy guy with black sunglasses. You got the Chatterer, whose like mouth is completely wired back, and all you see is his chattering teeth. And of course, you got Pinhead, the man with all the nails in his head. And of course, you got Doug Bradley giving a powerful performance as Pinhead. Pinhead has like I think 5 minutes of screen time when you put it all together, but it's a memorable 5 minutes because it really stands out. I mean, Doug Bradley automatically has this commanding presence when he's once Pinhead is on screen in like pretty much the final act of the movie, where Kirsty opens the box, and the second you see him, he's just got this commanding presence, and the voice has like this demonic tone to it, and yet, then the lines of dialogue he has is just like bone chilling, creep chilling, gives you goosebumps, and it's good shit. I like it. Cenobites stand out, but you also got a secondary antagonist, that of Frank Cotton, who had escaped the Cenobites, and of course now he's pretty much a skinless walking corpse who has to feed on others in order to like regenerate in a way, and he's using the Claire Higgins character as he's using the Claire Higgins character Julia to help him. Prior to the events of the film, Julia and Frank had a secret affair because Julia is married to Frank's brother Larry, played by Andrew Robinson. So they had a secret affair, and now he's trying to like become human again and stuff like that. And I actually like the forbidden romance between these two. It's really sick and perverted how like she's practically helped him kill innocent people so that he can like regenerate and stuff like that, and how she is more in love with Frank than she is with the man she's married to. So that's good stuff right there. This movie did a good job at having a family drama, in your take center form as opposed to horror, because a lot of the horror comes from this family drama, which works to this movie's advantage, in my opinion. And we also got other performances, like we got Andrew Robinson, who plays Larry, and I like Andrew Robinson as an actor. He's very memorable. I like him in this movie, but to me, Andrew Robinson's acting kicks into high gear once Frank kills Larry and wears his skin, and we get to see Andrew Robinson act like his brother Frank, and it's so cool because he's just such a slimy, creepy guy. It's awesome. Andrew Robinson, phenomenal actor. And you got Ashley Lawrence as Kirsty, who is Larry's daughter, and she's a good final girl too. She's the one that ultimately sets the Cenobites free when she accidentally discovers the box. So that's all good stuff. But and of course I like the relationship she has with her father. To me, they're very natural with one another. I like Andrew Robinson and Ashley Lawrence's performance in a lot of scenes when they're bonding. I thought that was pretty good. I also like the distant relationship she has with her stepmother Julia, and I also like the hints of something strange between that happened when Kirsty was little with her Uncle Frank. I like that whole I like that that subtle hint of there's could have been something horrible that Frank did to her. So I like how the movie hinted at that without fully saying what really happened, I commend that movie. I commend that movie because I don't really want to know the story of Frank molesting Kirsty as a child, but the movie hints at that, which is okay. That I can accept. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I don't want to really go into the story. Watch the movie for yourself, and you'll get the story. I'm just giving you things that I like about this movie. Like the things I like about this movie: the acting is good, the practical effects look great and still hold up 30 years later. The music by Christopher Young plays out more like dance, like classical dance, like a classical dance waltz. Especially the scene where Frank is, coming up from the floorboards and is being reborn again. You have like this classical waltz musical score playing. It's not your typical horror score, which I like and commend Christopher Young for. He gave it a real unique take by not giving you a traditional score. I like Clive Barker's directing. He has a good visual eye. He is good at pacing this movie. This movie goes at a nice brisk pace. Doesn't slow down. To me, it doesn't drag. I mean, in some parts it might drag a little bit, but it doesn't drag. It doesn't drag as much. It keeps the flow going, which is fine. And I also like Clive Barker's writing. I think Clive Barker is a very imaginative writer, and this movie proves that this man has wealth of imagination, and they put it on screen to me effectively. So yeah, overall, Hellraiser to me is a solid 8 out of 10. The first movie is great. I like almost everything about it. I got a couple of problems here and there, but every movie to me has some problems, but the problems in this movie, there are a couple of like side characters that are pretty much rendered useless and are just there, especially this boyfriend character who has no development and pretty much serves no story. He could have been integral to the plot, but he wasn't. And to me, useless random characters take points away because they're just there as side pieces. They don't play no sequential part. You could have given them whatever screen time they had to developing the story better, and maybe give them more screen time in the Cenobites. But it is what it is. 8 out of 10. If you haven't seen Hellraiser, what are you waiting for? Give it a watch. You won't be disappointed. I am AJ Legend. Like, comment, subscribe.